Tonight, 3 people are injured following the latest rave in Calgary. Reaching back in architectural time. And in Sports Plus, the Indy 500 takes off.
CFCN News with Shelley McCrugen.
Good evening. Calgary has put rave parties under serious scrutiny lately, and the latest incident won't help those trying to save them. A Calgary man is in serious condition after being stabbed early this morning at the scene of a rave. The all-night dance party cleared out early this morning. Police and EMS were called just after 6 o'clock and found 3 injured people. A 22-year-old male was suffering from several serious stab wounds and was taken to the trauma center at the Foothills Hospital. 2 other men with minor injuries were treated at Peter Lougheed. Investigators have interviewed 8 witnesses and are still looking for more information about what caused the disturbance in the first place.
Yeah, we're asking public assistance, of course, people that were at this overnight party, if they did see something or saw a disturbance that was brewing within that maybe made its way to the parking lot. We'd certainly like to know about it. We'd like to tie in all the players that were involved.
Anyone who witnessed a disturbance and assault outside Fire Park is asked to call City Police at 266-1234. Many of Calgary's most famous buildings are made of sandstone, and the list is starting to grow. A local company managed to find enough sandstone to restore several buildings adjacent to the Convention Center addition and the new Hyatt Regency Hotel. Murray Dale takes us on a tour of the newest works of art on the Stephen Avenue Mall.
We still have to cut this stone by hand with chisel. You understand that all these stones here we have carved. There's very, very few people. There's only a handful of people in Calgary that can still carve stone.
Fred Bailey is passionate about the work his company has done restoring many of Calgary's sandstone buildings, especially those on the Stephen Avenue Mall. Balboa Investments, the owners of the new Hyatt Regency, asked his company to restore the sandstone on the Lynham block to form the atrium of the hotel lobby.
But I mean, look at that. I mean, you got the Convention Center coming down, the Hyatt Hotel coming up this side. But right down this face of this building, people don't realize that that's the hotel behind that, you know? I mean, if you want to, you know, you should come inside and see the interior of, you can see down here, see these 2 sandstone elevations here? That was a back alley of this Lynham building, right? They've tried to reconstruct this without the windows and the doors and everything in it to make it look like it was originally. It was the back side of the Lynham. So this sandstone wall here, 1st and 2nd floor, is the reconstruction of the back side of the Lynham building. I can see some of the stones that were, this was original stone from the wall down, this was original stone. We've had to carve a few new stones to fit them in together, but primarily this was the original stone that was taken down off the back alley of the Lynham block.
The key to quality restoration is found in the sandstone itself. Jensen discovered a quantity of stone from the exact formation that was used to construct Calgary's original sandstone building.
We actually got it out of West Hills in 2 loads, actually. We got a certain tonnage out about 10 years ago, and then again about 5 years ago we took some more stone out of there, but unfortunately now it's all covered over with the West Hills shopping complex, so there's very difficult to find the blonde Pascapoo Formation sandstone now.
Bailey's favorite is still the Doll Block, the shop and residence of Calgary's first jeweler. He's convinced the effort to salvage the city's history between the hotel and the convention center is the catalyst that was needed to stimulate an almost total restoration of buildings on the mall. And if it does, he'll be there with all of his expertise in sandstone restoration. Murray Dale, CFCN News.
Ironically, the original tender for the convention center included sandstone to complement the gloss construction, but the detail was withdrawn because it was too expensive.
I'm Vicki Chase in the CFCN Skywatch Weather Center. What a week we have ahead of us. The work week will start off with a chance of thunder showers tomorrow. Mainly cloudy day, a high only of 13 degrees. And we might be lucky to hit that 13. More details later on, Shelley.
Thanks, Vicki. Thousands of Calgarians put on their runners and hit the pavement this morning. They were running in support of a cure for juvenile diabetes. Calgary was one of dozens of cities across the country that held the Shoppers Walk for the Cure. The registration desk took in pledge sheets from 4,000 people who then set out on the 5-kilometer course around the university campus. Country singer George Canyon, who was diagnosed with juvenile diabetes as a teenager, entertained the participants and took part in the fundraising walk. The funds raised will go directly toward research for a cure for juvenile diabetes.
I think, Murray, it's important because right now we don't have a cure for diabetes. All we have is insulin, and that means a very difficult life and potential for long-term complications for all people with diabetes.
I just heard almost 4,000 was the guesstimated turnout, and that's just super. I'm so thankful as an individual, and I'm sure every other diabetic is thankful for all the people that have come out and are giving the support to this. It's just amazing.
The Calgary target of $250,000 will be added to the cross-country goal of $6 million for juvenile diabetes research. And Calgarians also brought their cell phones to another run, this time a fun run for shelter for the Sheriff King Center. Participants could either walk or run 5 kilometers or run 10 kilometers. They were asked to bring their old cell phones with them to trade to a newer phone. The old ones will be refurbished and given to women at the Sheriff King Center for their safety once they leave the shelter. 13 different Buddhist organizations in Calgary turned out for a very special celebration today. They were commemorating the Buddha's birthday year 2544. The event featured traditional entertainment, including drumming, songs, and dances. There was also a flower offering ceremony performed by the Vietnamese Temple Youth Group.
You're watching CFCN News Calgary. News worth watching.
Good evening. If you're a mom, get all the crafts ready. Make some Play-Doh. Oh, you're going to be indoors a lot this week. And if you're not a mom and you have to head out of doors and stand at a bus stop or anywhere outside for any length of time, have all the rain gear handy for the kids for, well, tomorrow there's a chance of some showers, but the rest of the week it's wet. A risk of frost for Calgary tonight, and frost likely for Banff and definitely for the areas like Springbank, those areas that are prone to the frost. Now, we have just a number of disturbances that are going to be affecting us, keeping us in a cool northerly flow. The satellite showing just a mix of cloud cover overnight tonight. But we have this frontal system that slides up, well, to the north of us for tomorrow. We stay very cool with the northerly winds in the forecast and shower activity, even snow possible in the mountain parks. And then we continue to have this rush of cool air that moves in from the north of us. The jet stream stays to the south. That's not good news. We like that jet up to the north of us, and then we're normally in a pocket of nice warm air. That is not going to happen in the foreseeable future. For the provincial forecast up to the north, well, you know what? They deserve the sunshine and these temperatures because they have had to deal with lots of wet weather in the past 48 hours or so. 15 in Grand Prairie, 16 in High Level, 16 in Fort McMurray. Edmonton will start to clear out, had showers throughout the day today. Tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds, 16, 15 in Red Deer. And yes, indeed, there is a chance of snow at the higher elevations for the mountain parks. Definitely some light rain in the forecast for Banff and Jasper. Temperatures only around +10 for daytime highs. Now, here in the city, I'm thinking 13 degrees, depending on if we get some sunny breaks. If we don't get enough sunny breaks, we could only hit 10, 11 degrees tomorrow. 17 for the East Kootenays, a chance of showers, a mix of sun and cloud in Medicine Hat and Lethbridge with 17 degrees. Oh, the 5-day forecast. You know what? Shelley, if you were Daryl, you'd be saying, but Vic, we need that moisture. And I know the moisture is good, but this is cool. Even sometimes with all the shower activity, it's just nice to have the warmer conditions. But the temperatures, I mean, +12, +11 right throughout. The trend towards next Friday looks like we should be getting back to seasonal, but it's a cool, wet one ahead.
Certainly is.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Stay with us. Heath is in next with Sports Plus.
CFCN Sports, sponsored by Pennzoil Chemicals. Improved performance keeps your vehicle running clean. CFCN Sports Plus with Heath Brown.
Good evening, everyone. The pole position meant absolutely nothing at the Indianapolis 500 today. Greg Ray started first, but finished last. Now, being near the front is usually a tremendous advantage in auto racing, as Juan Montoya proved at the Brickyard this afternoon. He started second and finished first. This is Ray going into the wall for the second time today. That's right, he crashed twice This one took him out of the race completely. To pit row, Montoya's crew gets him in and out in about 8 seconds and should receive a lot of credit for his success this weekend, both yesterday and today. Let's go to 21 laps left in this contest. Jimmy Vasser in the lead now, but going down the backstretch, Montoya blows away his Chip Ganassi teammate to reclaim first spot. Montoya led 167 of the 200 laps on the way to becoming the first rookie to win the race since Graham Hill way back in 1966.
And there is the traditional swig of milk. Did you have any problems whatsoever today, Juan? Because it looked flawless from our vantage point.
Oh, it was good, you know. The only time I was a bit scared is when Lassier got close to me. And at that time, I thought, you know, it's going to be difficult. But I knew I could pull away from him, and I tried so hard. And it's just beautiful for everyone at Target. Just thank you very much.
My wife likes Target, too. Buddy Lazier was second. Canadian Scott Goodyear finished 9th today. They were on the road course at Race City today, and a really unique feat was accomplished this weekend. No, not this guy racing with his hood up, although I don't know how he could see going back into pit row. The unique feat I'm talking about saw this 300ZX win 5 races with 3 different drivers behind the wheel this weekend. Bruce Willix and Ralph Zutler from Edmonton and Calgary's Haima Mar. This GT2 car beat all challengers in all classes on the road course at Race City. Heavy rain forced a 3-hour delay at the Indy 500 today, and that's not the only sporting event that was affected by the weather. Tiger Woods finally met his match at Muirfield Village. The rain, the conclusion of the Memorial Tournament, gaining the same soggy reputation as Pebble Beach, was delayed until tomorrow because of heavy rain that flooded the course. It will be the 3rd time this year a tournament has finished on Monday, and Woods has been in the thick of all of them. He holds a 6-stroke lead on Steve Lowry. Canadian Mike Weir is 8 behind Woods. Time now for our first break on Sports Plus. When we come back, we'll see how the province of Quebec is grieving with the loss of their favorite son. Stay with us. Let's talk hockey now. It was Ontario versus Quebec in the Memorial Cup final in Halifax. Barrie Colts took on Rimouski Oceanic. No scoring until the second period when the Oceanic erupted. Brad Richards with a nifty move and then beats Brian Finley glove side. 1-0 Rimouski. Puck behind the net now for Benoit Martin. He gets Finley to go down on one knee and then puts it top shelf. What a shot. 2-0 Oceanic. Rimouski really rolling now. 3-on-2 worked to absolute perfection here. Richards cross ice to Juraj Kolnick, who went upstairs as well. 3-0 now. We'll move to the third period. Colts shorthanded when they scored their first goal. Matthew Zednazicki in alone. Bam, goal. 3-1 now. Let's go make it 4-2 now. And this play is a dandy. Richards put the puck off the net and then gets it to Kolnick for his second of the game. 5-2 Rimouski in complete control. Richards, a great playmaker, but he can score too. Down the off wing, glove side. Must be Finley's weakness because they were going high the entire game. The Oceanic win easily. 6-2 the final. The 82nd Memorial Cup goes to the Quebec League's Rimouski Oceanic. Richards was named tournament MVP, but felt it should have gone to goalie Sebastian Caron. Richards truly was outstanding, though. Stanley Cup Finals begin Tuesday. The defending champion Dallas Stars hosting New Jersey in games 1 and 2. The Devils are the 95 champs, you know, and there are a number of key players still in New Jersey from that championship season, but this is a team that's in the finals due largely to their youth.
We were a lot younger than we were back in '95. I think we really, relied on veteran leadership, and this year we do the same thing, but we added a lot of youth, and these guys are contributing to our success. And, that's a big difference compared to going into a series that knowing that guys have a lot of experience in these type of situations than just, now we're, a lot of guys is their first time and a lot of them is their first playoff too. So it's exciting. I think it's a fun situation to be in. We're really looking forward to it.
Dallas is as I said, a team that plays with a lot of experience. They stayed very patient through adversity, through their previous 3 rounds, and we're going to have to throw a lot of speed at them. We're going to have to be very physical. We're going to have to be very disciplined. They are been extremely successful with their power play.
Both teams are very similar because the Stars added a lot of youth this season as well. The tributes are pouring in for one of the greatest hockey players of all time. Canadians and Quebecers in particular are showing their love for Rocket Richard. He died yesterday at the age of 78. Outside an East End arena named after Richard, fans flocked to a statue of the Rocket, which was surrounded by flowers and cards. and had the Quebec fleur-de-lis draped over one shoulder. Geneviève Beauchemin reports.
In the province where hockey is a religion, the faithful feel they've lost a god. They pay tribute to their hero at his Montreal home. On the front steps, they offer their prayers.
He was the best ambassador of hockey in Canada, and that we are losing a very big man.
As people deliver flowers, family members try to gather them, but more pile up. To many, Maurice Richard was a larger-than-life figure, more than a hockey great. Throughout the province, flags have been lowered to half-mast.
My kids and I decided to do a little something for him. I think the words say it. He's the greatest hockey player in the world that existed.
And from across the country, tributes are pouring in.
And he will be missed. He's been a great Canadian and a very proud Quebecer.
The Rockets family describes it as a little overwhelming.
My father was someone very simple. He didn't like extravagancy. So we're trying to do it the way he would have liked it.
Richard will make a final appearance in a hockey arena. His body will lie in state at Montreal's Molson Centre on Tuesday. The family has also accepted the Quebec government's offer for a state funeral on Wednesday at the Notre Dame Basilica.
Maurice Richard has always been very close to his fans and vice versa. He's been a man du peuple, and we think that by doing that, it reflects very well on who Maurice Richard was.
For now, the spontaneous tributes are multiplying. Makeshift memorials have sprung up, and people across the province are trading Maurice Richard's story. Some have come from far away to say goodbye.
From all of us to all of you, farewell. He was a great guy.
And now parents vow to tell their children about the Rocket so that his legend lives on, so that they know about a man who inspired so many. Geneviève Beauchemin, CTV News, Montreal.
We've still got NBA and Major League Baseball highlights on the way, and we will also show you our sports hits, a blend of plays from the past week and the last few decades.
He knew Saturday.
At the start of the NBA season, the title was practically handed to the Portland Trail Blazers. They have a star-studded lineup, but so do the Los Angeles Lakers. And it looks like the Lakers are going to end Portland's dream of a championship season prematurely. Game 4 of the West Final, Lakers leading 2-1. Robert Horry driving, missing. Shaquille O'Neal unchallenged for the rebound. Wow. Another example of the great rebounding by L.A. today. Kobe Bryant underneath and in front of Arvydas Sabonis, off the glass for the hoop and the harm. Portland responded, though, with stellar play by Scottie Pippen. Nice jumper over Shaq. And then with time running out in the first half, Steve Smith drilled a three-pointer. Trailblazers up by 5. Third quarter, Lakers fast break. Ron Harper, the veteran, taking it all the way. L.A. led by 6. And now check this out. You think Shaq has just one move? Well, how about this? What finesse for the bucket and the foul. He was 9 for 9 from the line today. L.A. goes into the Rose Garden and wins 2 big games. They will try and wrap this series up at the Staples Center on Tuesday. Let's stay with the NBA because the association was in Calgary this weekend with their Hoop It Up 3-on-3 tournament. The event was at Curry Barracks and was an overwhelming success.
It's our first year coming to Calgary, and we had about 330 teams come out, which is a great turnout for a first-year event. So they've been really embracing it here in Calgary.
The 3-on-3 tournament was for all ages and levels of abilities, and there were some great teams out there. Watch this. Basketball is a sport that continues to grow in Canada, not only in popularity, but in participation as well, and the NBA is a big reason for that.
Our mission in Canada as an NBA office here is to grow the sport, but also grow the NBA. So what we try and do in teams outside of Toronto and Vancouver is bring an NBA event and experience to a market so people can get a little sense of what it's like, as well as get an opportunity to play some basketball. So this NBA 3-on-3 tournament, NBA Hoop It Up, is going to 7 cities across the country to try and bring it to those cities. And Calgary was the first one this year.
And lots of fun was had by all. The baseball and the PCL, Cannons in Tucson, they lose 7-4. Luis Raven and Julio Ramirez hit home runs for the Guns. In the majors, Expos in San Diego trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. First inning, Big Lee Stevens with a 2-run home run, making it 3-0 Montreal. The Padres get one of those runs back in their half of the first, though, when Al Martin doubled off the wall. And the score, after one, was 3-1 Montreal. Fifth inning, Martin does it again. A single just over the outstretched glove of Jose Vidro. That plated 2 runners to tie the game, while Martin was gunned down at second on a very close call. Looks safe to me. Sixth inning, runners in the corners and 2 out. Pop up to end the inning, right or wrong. Andy Tracy dropped it. 4-3 San Diego. Ninth inning, ace reliever Trevor Hoffman gets the job done. Montreal loses again. The West Coast road trip has not been kind. Les Expos have dropped 5 in a row. In the American League, the Blue Jays were in Detroit. The new Comerica Park has been accused of not being very hitter-friendly. But you wouldn't hear those words coming out of Carlos Delgado's mouth, at least not today. First inning, Jays starter Chris Carpenter in all kinds of trouble. Bases loaded for Gene Palmer. Single to left field, scored 2. 4-0 after 1 for Detroit. Fifth inning, Jays battled back to tied at 6, and they take the lead here. Delgado, no doubt about it, a huge home run, 8-6 Jays. Seventh inning, Clay Andrews gets some help from third baseman Tony Batista. It was either catch it or eat it. He caught it. Jays relax on the bench in the 8th when Delgado gets them a little more excited than they appear to be. A 3-run jack, make it 12-6 now, his second of the day. Let's go to the scoreboard. A big win for Toronto and a high-scoring affair in Detroit. Jays get tomorrow off, and that was Andrews' first Major League win, by the way. It was a week of bloopers and blunders, great performances and weird plays. It was also a week when hockey lost a legend, as editor Mandy Console shows us in this week's Sports Hits. Once again, the Rockets' funeral will be on Wednesday.
Okay, thanks, Heath.
You're welcome.
We'll take our final break on the CFCN Late Night News. When we return, are you just an average guy? No answer. Heath, how do you measure up? We'll have that story right after the break. Would you consider yourself an average guy? Well, if you want to know the standards that rate what exactly average is, we have them. Ted Ishler reports.
You might think a lot of people are average looking, but now there's no more guessing. We know exactly what the average guy looks like. A new Men's Health magazine study is pretty specific about what average is. They say the average guy has black hair and brown eyes, is 5'10", 34 years old, makes $36,000, likes fast food, and gains about a pound a year. So do most guys fit that average guy mold? Let's find out. With the help of our statistician, we went searching for average. Do you feel like you're the average guy?
Yeah, I'm the average guy.
You think so, huh?
I think so.
Let's check out those eyes. Eyes brown, it says, oh, well, I don't know. What do you think?
They're blue.
They're blue. First off, the average guy has black hair. I don't know. Do you have some hair up there? Looks like it might be a little bit black. Okay, we'll give you a check there. The average guy's height is 5'10".
6'1".
6'1", huh? Are you sure about that? Coming down, coming down. Let's see. Well, yeah, actually you are 6'1". You're 3 inches over here. Finding average isn't easy. Now, the average guy has black hair. Yours is sort of silver. I see a little bit of black, though. Did it used to be black? Used to be very dark brown. The average guy likes fast food. Do you like fast food?
Not necessarily. It always bothers my stomach, but I do like it.
There you go. We're going to see if you like fast food.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, try it. We don't have any Pepto-Bismol, though. I don't know.
So I just take a bite, I
Take
guess.
a bite. Yeah, take a bite. Tell us if you like it. Looks promising. All right, let's see. Let's see. With shoes, it says 5'5".
5'5"?
So you're just 5 inches off. I guess your average guy in the street isn't so average after all.
How would you rate me? Come on.
Oh,
Let's hear
it's
it.
time to go. We've run out of time.
Oh, have we?
Night.